On this episode of the Best of Bias podcast, you have yours truly talking some bias. It's episode 273. We got plenty to talk about. Hey, it's NFL time. Mike Evans might hit free agency. Check in with the NBA. We have Knights of the Seventh Kingdom to talk about. Grammys to talk about. Don Toliver dropped the album. Plenty to talk about, so don't go nowhere. It's Best of Bias podcast. Like I said, episode 273. Stick with me. Happy weekend. Let's do it. Where that theme song at? It's right here. Yeah. It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. The best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Best of Bias podcast, starring yours truly, Lydell, Dinero. Follow on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find your favorite podcast, especially on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share. Today, tell your friends about us, because we're here every weekend. I'm happy to see y'all, man. Really happy to see y'all, man. It's another week in the books. Another week behind us, another week towards greatness, if you know what I mean. Hopefully everybody's doing okay today, man, through the week, you know what I'm saying? They're able to kick their feet up, pop open something to drink, you know what I'm saying? Light one up, whatever you indulge in. Welcome to the Best of Bias podcast, where we like to bring all our bias to the table. If it's going on out in the world right now, in the pop culture or sports world, we're going to talk about it in the pod. Just with a little bit of bias in it. I'm bringing what I want to talk about to the table. I know it's what you guys want to talk about. And we just want to get it a little something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it here. It's the Best of Bias podcast. Again, thank you guys for being here. We 273 episodes strong. And you know what I'm saying? I appreciate every one of you guys for being here, keeping us afloat, keeping us going, keeping that bias flowing, keeping us, with something to do, man. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff to talk about. And I'm excited to have you guys with me. I forgot to show you guys a little something last time I was here, man. And also shout out the streetwear brands incorporating all the anime back into the culture. You know what I'm saying? I just want to start with that before I get into the bias, because you can see I'm rocking my One Piece right now. Go on, Mary. Where all my One Piece fans at? Let me move the microphone out of the way without making too much noise. Sorry for all my audio listeners. I'm showing the shirt I got on right now. You know what I'm saying? It's the Going Mary. You feel me? One Piece. Coming soon to Netflix season 2 if you guys watch the live action. Excited for that. Really, really excited for that. But streetwear brands. I mean, I've been talking about how sports teams and everybody were merging with anime to kind of sell jerseys and merch and stuff like that. Streetwear brands are following suit. Civil Regime, Primitive, actually don't know what brand this shirt is right here, but just having the right kind of shit, man, because us adults, we like anime, man, and putting them in wearable fashion to where it's not cosplay-y, not costumey, you know what I'm saying? And we can still get out and represent with some cool fashion, you know what I'm saying? Throw it together with a Bay Area hat. Shout out Dangle Lou. I don't know if he has a website, but you can get these on Whatnot, you know what I'm saying? He's from the Bay. A whole bunch of Bay Area hats, especially with the Super Bowl coming up in the Bay Area. You know, it's always good to represent, if y'all don't know. If y'all already know, so. But yeah, my birthday passed a couple of weeks ago. And AKA sent me some posters, and you see all like my acrylic posters back there, like my anime characters. Hence why I brought up anime a couple seconds ago. I did get some dope posters in the mail I wanted to show you guys, and he wanted me to show you guys too. So before I get started, allow me to show you a couple of my gifts that just came from my birthday. Let me just show them off for a second. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I do show off a lot of my collectibles and stuff that I get from Whatnot or collecting at Comic Cons, or people just send me stuff that know that I'm into collecting in the anime and the stuff like that, superhero, pop culture in general, sports. So whenever I get something, I like to show you guys what I got. You guys can see as I present everything around you guys. But let's start with this poster. These posters here. Some of my favorite characters, as you guys might know by the shit that I be showing y'all on Instagram. A couple of my favorite characters in any animes, any anime, I guess you can say. I'm a big fan of One Piece. I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball Z. Two of the anime that I watch the most, follow the most closely. What's the word? What's the word for you and that person connect? I feel a connection to a lot of the characters in these shows, but a couple of my favorite, you guys know, you guys see on the wall over there by my PS5. Look at this Zora right here. Shit's hella clean. I know it's a reflection on the computer. You can probably see me showing you guys, but this shit's metal and it like sticks to the wall via magnet. This shit's dope. Look at Zorro. That shit's clean as fuck. Sorry, audio listeners, you can't really see it, but I'm holding up this poster. This shit's clean. Let's see what size it is. Shout out Any Metal Posters. That's where it's from. If you guys are looking for any posters you want to hang up, they metal like this. Pretty freaking dope. Also got a Trunks. You guys know how I am with the Trunks character. If you look behind me, well, if you look up, I don't want to move the camera, but if you look right here, I got a whole bunch of Trunks figures, some signed ones right there, some statues. It's Broly up there. But check out this poster. That new Trunks thing. Shit's clean. See the sword lighting up his future Trunks. One of the best fits in anime, I would say. You know what I'm saying? Going hard, about to turn Super Saiyan on the ass. Only halfway there because you don't want to turn up fully on y'all. But if you keep talking shit, you know what I'm saying? We going Super Saiyan. You already know that. Again, anime and the posters. And before I get out of showing y'all stuff, I have to show y'all something my grandma got me. This is pretty dope. I already kind of messed up the sleeve, but Unfunny Bunny. I'm a really big Kenan Thompson fan. Ever since all that, ever since Kenan and Kel, his SNL, and I'm a big fan of Kel as well, but Kenan just wrote a kid's book called The Unfunny Bunny. It's a child's book, you know what I mean? I'm sure it's going to be hilarious inside and has a good ass story in it. You know, it's part of my collection too. Once I have my child, whenever I do have my child, it's probably be the first bedtime story that I, read to him. I said, not them. I said, like them. I didn't say him because it might be a girl. You know what I'm saying? I don't discriminate when it comes to my child. But you know what I'm saying? Good pictures. Oop, 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 oop. Damn, I can't even get it on camera. I don't want to spoil it too much anyway, so sorry I can't get it right. But yeah, shout out Kenan Thompson, Kel, and Brian Tucker and Tony Neal for the art. But shout out Kenan, man. I always love seeing him evolve in his career, continue to elevate in his career. He's doing a whole bunch of sports coverage with Kevin Hart on, I think, Peacock, if I'm not mistaken. So he's doing well, you know what I'm saying? Shout out him and Kevin Hart. People like to hate on Kevin Hart nowadays, but hey, man, I'm a big fan of Kevin Hart and everything he does, especially when he can, put other, especially black comedians on, people that he's friends with, and just show people, bring back appreciation for him, especially in like Real Husbands of Hollywood. All his real friends were in there. A lot of stars we may have forgot about or, wanted to see, hear from. He brought them to his shows, you know what I'm saying? See Kevin Hart work with Charlemagne, just spreading that wealth out. Everybody heard about how he's a billionaire, but don't want to talk about the action and the work that he's putting in the community, helping put people on programs and shit that he's doing. Kevin Hart don't stop working. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be on that level one day, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Mark Phillips, because I know you working with Kevin Hart. You was with Old Spice and shit. Spice Adams. I miss y'all, man. Where y'all commercial at? But anyways, let's get right to it. I just wanted to show you guys a little some, aka would have killed me if I didn't. So, hey, thank you, aka. I appreciate the posters. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put them, but you know what I'm saying? Just want to show that appreciation real quick. But let's get right into it, man. I already talked a little bit about the Super Bowl last week after I talked about the championship round winners. But I didn't talk too much about who I thought was going to win, so I thought I'd give a little insight this time. Again, shout out the Bay Area for all the festivities that are going to be in the area this weekend. Yeah, be safe out there. Even though the Super Bowl's in Santa Clara, all the turn up is in San Francisco. All the celebrities, 'cause that's the biggest, pretty much the most popping city in the Bay. And where all the celebrities want to go. If they're not going to be in LA, they're going to go to San Francisco. Those are the two California spots for the celebrities, especially, if they're going to be out there local. But nobody's going to be in Santa Clara chilling. There's nothing to do there. So everybody's chilling in San Francisco. If you guys are enjoying the festivities, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy all the small businesses around, traffic's going to be a bummer. So if you are from the Bay and trying to go to the festivities, ride the train so you avoid all that traffic and being stuck out there. And, after you're done having fun, you know what I'm saying? You have to drive home, maybe intoxicated. You don't want to do that either. So me personally, I'm one of the people that hate driving in San Francisco. So it's going to be crazy as fuck this weekend. Stay away if you can. I got my squares. Hopefully you guys got your squares and stuff for the pools. Trying to win some money, come up a little bit on the Super Bowl. But yeah, man, I think the Seahawks are going to win. Personally, I just want them to win because they only won one Super Bowl. me personally, as a fan of the Buccaneers, I want the Buccaneers to catch up to everybody who won Super Bowls. I think 6 is the most by the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's not crazy amounts like the fucking in basketball with the Celtics and the Lakers, 17, 18, 100,000 championships. Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? Football is a little bit more obtainable. I do want to see the Seahawks win so they can just, they'll be tied with us for 2 Super Bowls, but at the same time, we don't have the Patriots tying the Steelers and these 2 juggernauts of teams who win all the time. Well, historically, just keep winning. So I know Drake May is his 2nd year. He deserves it. Mike Vrabel, I don't know why I have trouble saying that last name, deserves it as well. But I just think it's too early, man. They're already kind of doing the Patriots dirty by not wanting to put Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick in the Hall of Fame on first ballot. You know what I'm saying? So them losing this game will just put the Patriots fans in shambles. So I don't really want that for them. It just sucks. I'll talk about that in a minute, but about Belchick and Kraft. But yeah, Patriots, I'm sorry, bruh. Brady's not there no more. Drake May will have his time. I don't know necessarily. Well, you know what I'm saying? I can say Sam Darnold deserves it. The true redemption story from getting drafted by the Jets and being tossed around from the Panthers, the Rams, 49ers. Like, he's been through a whole bunch of shit. Vikings to go win 14 games and just tossed by the wayside for JJ McCarthy. And then picking up where he left off with Seattle and winning 14 games again and going for the Super Bowl. True redemption story. People doubt Sam Darnold all the time, even though he went to USC. You know what I'm saying? I can still go for him. And it's just ironic that Patriots and the Seahawks are meeting in the Super Bowl again. Hopefully it doesn't come down to a situation where you got to decide to run the ball at the 1-yard line or throw the ball. I'm sure Sam Darnold will be happy handing the ball off to Kenneth Walker the way he's been running this year. But yeah, we'll see. There's been a lot of talk about the Patriots not really facing as much adversity as they should. They played against great defenses, don't get me wrong. Chargers, Broncos, Houston. But I think the Seahawks may be the 2nd best defense in the NFL behind the Houston Texans. I just don't think Sam Darnold will make as many mistakes as CJ Stroud. It's possible because I've seen Sam Darnold make plenty of mistakes, you know what I'm saying, especially in big situations. Maybe, somebody of his caliber, with the redemption story, he's not really ready to take the reins and win the Super Bowl and complete the redemption story yet. Who knows? But, we can hope. You know what I'm saying? I like Drake May more than I like Sam Darnold, don't get me wrong. But, hey, man, you got to earn these stripes, man. You got to earn these stripes. And making it to the Super Bowl is a very good, really big learning lesson. And they got some dogs. Shout out Seagon. Shout out Carlton Davis. He was on the team last year, I like to talk shit about him because he's always hurt and gives up a lot of big plays a lot. He did on the Lions. He did for the Bucks, but he's there. He had 2 interceptions against the Broncos, I believe. Yeah, he's out there playing his ass off. Shout out to everybody, on that defensive line. All the players that they picked up in free agency. Mike Vrabel came out there and opened up that pocketbook and got them to where they need to be. JSN, Cooper Kupp, shout out Cooper Kupp for making it back to the Super Bowl. Everybody thought he was gone, done for. Shout out everybody in the Super Bowl. It's not the most exciting teams, but it's football and America loves football. We do need the Super Bowl right now. It's crazy shit going on in the world. And I know the Super Bowl represent right, to bring us together, to show us a good time for at least 3 hours or however long the Super Bowl is. I know there's a lot of mixed opinions about the halftime and it being Bad Bunny. I don't know, man. I don't mind it being Bad Bunny. We had Shakur and Jennifer Lopez, though they're girls and women, excuse me, and they look good. So half America, the men in the world, and the women love Shakur and J-Lo too. So nobody was really tripping about it. But since it's not a female now, and these artists or Bad Bunny doesn't have songs in English, people are trying to make it the biggest thing in the world, man. The American anthem or the national anthem will be in English. You know what I mean? Everything else will be in English. So this 20 minutes of Super Bowl halftime in Spanish, you guys can put up with. Hopefully they'll have subtitles there. Maybe they'll have subtitles there. to help you guys vibe. Or maybe these apps can come out with translation machines to where in real time, people who don't understand the language can enjoy. I mean, because what do you think? What do you think about all the other people in America that don't speak English and are watching the Super Bowl normally? You know what I'm saying? You think last year people in the Chinese community knew what Kendrick Lamar was saying, or people that were, well, I wouldn't say Mexican or Hispanic, because there's a lot of Hispanics in LA, and yeah, they're well represented in this latest album that came out. So I don't know. I just kind of feel like, people shouldn't be so outraged. I mean, I know football's an American sport. American football is anyway, and they want people to speak English. All that red, white, and blue shit. I'm American myself, but I don't mind a little diversity. I don't want to keep seeing the same people over and over in the Super Bowl. Let artists that are big artists in the world show their artistic ability, though everybody in the world doesn't speak Spanish. Most people do though, but in America, people don't speak Spanish like that. Well, they do too, but not everyone. It'll be fine. The artist he knows what he do. He knows what he can do. We had Americans, Puerto Ricans, all go to Puerto Rico and love the three show, tour he did out there and the residency he did there. You know what I mean? People, all kind of millions of people were out there. I wouldn't say millions, but well, I guess the country has millions of people, but there's so many people intrigued by him that can't speak Spanish, just know the music, know what it does to people. You know what I'm saying? Bad Bunny means more than just Spanish. I love to see artists go out there and do their thing, show what they're made of, especially when they're presented with stages big enough to broadcast to the world. He's not going to disappoint. You know what I'm saying? You guys are okay with Rihanna being up there pregnant, barely moving. That's perfectly fine. But an artist that puts on great shows that I guess you don't know for sure, but I know you heard, and you could tell by the Grammys and the numbers that the music is doing well. Somebody listens to it, and it's not strictly people from one country listening to it. So just chill. It's only 20 minutes of your life. I'm sure if you leave and go to the store, people watch it and you don't watch it personally, you will be just fine. I bet you won't miss nothing. You know what I'm saying? But to be outraged by it is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Next year, maybe they'll have fucking Post Malone or something for all those people who complain. And then some other people complain about some other shit. Like, bro, we had hip hop in the Super Bowl for the first time in the last the last couple of Super Bowls. Let them open up. A Spanish speaking artist, let the world open up, bro. Let the world open up. It'll be perfectly fine. I guarantee you, monetarily, the NFL is probably going to have one of the most watched Super Bowls ever, merely because Bad Bunny's performing, and they will not be complaining about that. Once the money is flowing and that salary cap goes back up again, due to the TV money that y'all get from this year in this Super Bowl, bet the NFL won't be complaining. I bet the product that they give you won't have you complaining after the Super Bowl is over. Find something else to complain about. There's plenty in the world to be upset about, and for you to be upset about Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl, it's not worth the blood pressure, if you ask me. And also, that ICE presence at the Super Bowl at Levi, that has been debunked. But who knows, man? They can have sleeper agents anywhere out there. But just everybody be safe, man. Hopefully the Bay Area won't let that stupid shit infiltrate this good time and this once in a life. I wouldn't say once in a life. Well, yeah, maybe it's once in a lifetime for some of these people, the older folks and the people from the Bay that may not get to experience the Super Bowl in the Bay again. We don't want to ruin by some stupid shit. I saw that 700 ICE agents were recalled from Minnesota. So slowly, I think maybe progress is happening. I don't know. I think it's more so about the heat that that he's getting for the Epstein files. It's like the government, okay, we'll slow down on the ICE stuff. You guys slow down on pushing the Epstein file stuff type shit, give and take type shit. I don't know. Again, Best of Bias kind of stays out of the politics of it all. But I want you guys to really be informed and know the shit that's going on out there and just be safe. I have no problem with people protesting and fighting for what they believe in. But I do have a problem with people getting hurt and killed and people going to jail. It just kind of adds to the negativity. You know what I'm saying? And by all means, fight for what you believe in. But people that are doing the fighting, we want y'all to get home safe. We want you to come back to your families because these motherfuckers is killing people. Just. I know we got some smart motherfuckers out there. I don't want to call y'all motherfuckers, but I know we got some smart people out there that could, put some shit together to do it peacefully, get your point across, yell at these people all you want to, but no harm. Don't cross the line and give them any reason to do some bullshit because they're wanting to. There's been more fucking arrests and fucking not shooting and killings that I know of, but just because they ain't shooting and killing don't mean they ain't fucking shit up, beating people up. Oh man, this country, man. I just wish everybody the best in all situations. You know what I'm saying? Get your money, provide for your family, find your peace, find your American dream. Don't let nobody take that away from you. I understand that. Fight for your peace, fight for your freedom. But man, let's find a way, man. We gonna find a way. I love what's going on out there. I love how the kids are getting involved. Though sometimes, like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about risking your jobs too, because sometimes I feel like that's what they want. They want you to walk out of your job. They want you to not go to school, to keep you dumb, to keep the hands on your neck, to be like, oh yeah, if you don't come to work, then you're gonna be fired type shit. I just want somebody to be good enough at organizing to figure something out that doesn't hurt us, but at the same time is able to fix stuff as well. I guess that's what it's all about. And when people protest anyways for years and years and years, how do we find a middle ground? But it always seems to come to violence first before anything really changes. That's weird. So if people know me, I'm hella like to myself a lot. I care. I'm loving. I care about people in the world, but the way I rock and me being me, I kind of always had this eye of, you can't put nothing past anybody. People's beliefs are people's beliefs. Just keep your head down and keep working. When you see something wrong, step up and say something. But, bruh, shit can get out of hand really easy. So just know the world, know the people that you're protesting against, know the people that you're protesting with, and just however you want to protest, just make sure you guys do it safely. Just because we don't want to add to the narrative that they're trying to place on us. You know what I'm saying? Not unless I say minorities and even the other side, the people that are not with the shit that's going on. Anything that's done, anything that's said, it's going to be weaponized. So smartly, let's just keep it going, because it's going to make some effect eventually. We just don't want no more killings, man. That's sad as fuck. And we need people back to their families, man. We need love in this world, less sadness, regret, hate, revenge, spitefulness. These are all things that just pop up constantly when it should be the other way. And when things are the other way, I feel like people just complain about it and think it's too caring. It's too soft. You're too like when did this become the way? I thought U.S. standing for us. You know what I'm saying? Now it stands for you separated. Anyways, back to this shit before I be talking and ranting all day. But let's see. Yeah. But shout out to the Super Bowl, man. Again, I got the Seahawks winning their second Super Bowl. I don't even know if it's close, man. I really think if it's a neutral field, no weather concerns, no rain or nothing like that, I think the Seahawks do what they're supposed to do. Drake May gets pressured. He hasn't been the greatest against these tough defenses. So a team with a fully stacked offense that can put up points and is not hindered by hurt linemen, a quarterback that can't do shit, and a quarterback that's injured. I think they'll pressure Drake May. He's never been in the Super Bowl before, and I think that'll rattle him enough for the Seahawks to win by at least 10. So that's what I got. And shout out Bad Buddy, man. We're gonna love that. We're gonna love that halftime performance. Pop a little tequila, take a little shot. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourselves. Somebody barbecuing, let me know. Might come through. You know what I'm saying? And I hope I win some squares. Bill Belchick and Robert Kraft, man. I'm not a Patriots fan, and I don't really care that much about the Patriots, but to not have Robert Kraft and Bill Belchick, Robert Kraft being the owner of the Patriots, Bill Belchick being the longtime coach of the Patriots, not getting into the Hall of Fame first ballot is nuts. Especially if you're putting coaches and owners in the Hall of Fame anyways, those are the two most qualified ones to go. Right. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who's involved with the ballots. I didn't even really think the ballot system worked like that for owners and coaches. If they're up for it, I mean, if you're up against any other coach that's qualified, they should be ahead of them. Who are they going to put in instead of Bill Belichick for Hall of Fame for the coach? I can tell you, I guarantee Bill Belichick has a better resume. Any owner you're going to put inside the Hall of Fame, any owner, any owner. I don't think any owner is more qualified to be a first ballot Hall of Famer than Robert Kraft. What did he do? Go to a rub and tug and get caught? I mean, some of the cheating was under his watch, but he was the owner, though. Is this, if you're going to punish Bill Belichick, you're going to punish Robert Kraft too because they don't get along? What is this? I don't get it, man. It's just all become baloney. Hall of Fame, All-Star, Pro Bowl, all this stuff that's supposed to be accomplishment for these players now and these coaches and these owners has all become hogwash and don't matter, bro. I I can't. I don't know. I don't know. And I guess championships and MVPs are the only thing that matter for players and their resumes nowadays in all sports, since we're taking away the value of all these other sports as MVPs or not MVPs, excuse me. Uh, Pro Bowls, All Stars. Like we're changing the format of All Pro or All NBA. So a lot of players are getting held out just because they don't play a position. Like I'm still Luka may play point guard. He may handle the ball, but are you really going to give him an All NBA point guard spot because he runs point? But he's 6'8", 6'9". He's not a point guard. But hey, man, hey, he's more of a small forward to me, you know. But I don't know. They find ways to minimalize the sports nowadays. I feel like it's the old heads kind of being like, oh, these players aren't as good as they were back in the day, so we're gonna make a way to make it seem like it's easier for them. The sack record doesn't count for Myles Garrett because it was more games than like, bruh, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. This shit is hard for these players to be doing it for the time they are doing it, to achieve the shit that they do achieve in the little time they do have in the professional sport. It should be celebrated, dog. Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick, you'll never see what they've done again. You'll never see it. And for them not to be able to get in just some personal opinion type shit, uh, the cheating shit, he was punished for it. If you want to take the punishments back that that he was given for the shit, then take that back. My bad. If you want to, just take that back, and then give him the Hall of Fame. But, he already served his penalty. He was already punished. There's no need to punish him again. Like, why are you picking on him for being the most successful coach? Are you going to not let Tom Brady in just because the team cheated? Deflategate? That would be insane. That would be insane. Then nobody that gets into the Hall of Fame would matter. The most winningest coach, owner, and quarterback not getting into the Hall of Fame first ballot doesn't make any sense for anybody else to get first ballot. And that's my rant. Because I don't really care about the Patriots, honestly. NFL, though, we're still talking about NFL. This one is kind of getting under my craw because we did this a couple of years ago, and I don't believe Mike Evans is going anywhere. But people are saying Mike Evans might test free agency and think about going to a winning team, i.e. the Bills, i.e. Houston, i.e. the Chiefs. I don't see it, man. I know a lot of people, a lot of players have switched teams, even the best players in the world, Tom Brady, Jerry Rice, Peyton Manning, everybody pretty much. There's only a select few players that haven't switched teams sometime in their career to kind of ring chase, especially in the twilight of their career. But I think Mike Evans is in such a special place right now in his career with the Buccaneers. He has a opportunity to do something great. You know what I'm saying? I know he wants to get paid his money. Maybe it's a tactic to get the Buccaneers to restructure some other guys' contracts and give them some more money. But it's the 13th year for Mike Evans. His name, or excuse me, his number is 13. His logo has a number 13 in it. He's only played with one team. He'll be one of the only receivers to do that. Win a Super Bowl. And what bigger of a way is it to go out than in the 13th season for Big 13, bro? Going to another team, all you really can do is win a Super Bowl. Anything else done that season, it's not going to be appreciated as much for that other organization as it is for the Buccaneers, man. You could be one of those ones. You're going to be in the Hall of Fame. You won a Super Bowl the first 10 years or 11 years of 1,000 yards tying Jerry Rice. The accolades are there. He played with Tom Brady. That should be a golden ticket. Won a Super Bowl with him. So it's like, it's just ended the way it needs to be ended. The new offensive coordinator, Zach Robinson, just got the quarterbacks coach from Indiana. They went 16-0, and he was doing great out there with Fernando Mendoza. So we're set up to have a great offense again. People are hoping it can resemble Liam Cohen's offense when he was here. Really Baker Mayfield friendly. Zach Robinson is familiar with Baker Mayfield. Like, the offense could be set. Him, Chris Godwin being fully healthy, Jalen McMillan being fully healthy, Emeka Egbuka, and Tez Johnson. Hopefully, I guess we might not sign a tight end, but if we sign a free agent defensive end or linebacker, and then we're able to have the luxury of signing Kenyon Sadiq to add to our weapons at tight end, it'd be a great draft. I don't mind it at all, and I think we're in a good position. We're still in the NFC South, though they got Kevin Stefanski over there in Atlanta. David Canales was, doing his thing and actually won the NFC South last year, and we still have Todd Bowles as a coach. But you know what I'm saying? It's if we play right and do what we're supposed to do this season, there's a good chance that we can make it to where we want to go, and Mike Evans can go out with the bang. More so than any other team that he tries to go to. I mean, the Bills, they lost their head coach. Who knows if they're going to be okay. The Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes is going to be hurt all year. The Houston Texans, we saw CJ Stroud did in a big spot. You know what I mean? Like, where else are you trying to go, bro? You're not going to the Rams. You're not going to go to the Eagles. You're not going to go to the Seahawks after they win the Super Bowl. Like, AFC wise, you're going to go to the Patriots. Like, bro, who knows what they're going to do next year? You're going to have all the quarterbacks back. Are you going to go to the Ravens to play with Lamar Jackson? Take a full season to get ingratiated there? You see what all the veteran receivers there, what they do after they get signed. Nothing. So it makes no sense, Mike. Just, I know he's a Florida man. His organization's here or there in Florida. And he doesn't want to. It's just speculation by the outside. Them talking again, just like 2 years ago when he re-signed and restructured and signed again. Levante David more so, he might be out of the door, a little older. In the position that he is in, his youth and athleticism is needed. I don't know if he has that anymore. Missing tackles, getting hurt a lot. You want to go out while you can still go out. It was a good push for this season. If he wants to go out on his laurels next season, just walk off into the sunset. He's gonna make the Ring of Honor. He's gonna be a Hall of Fame guy for us. Hopefully he might not be first ballot, but he should get into Hall of Fame the way it's going now. But yeah, the Bucks are gonna do some things next year, man. It might be over for now. We're not talking about the Bucks. We should be talking about the Patriots and Seahawks. But the 15 pick in the draft, I hope we get like a linebacker, Sonny Styles. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind. Who else? On a defensive end, Bang, I guess Howell from Texas A&M is supposed to be good. Supposed to have an attitude out there, wreaks havoc. We need that. David Walker coming back. Lee Hunter, if the defensive lineman from Texas Tech, if we trade back, maybe that'll work. But I don't know, man. I just don't want to take no bullshit at 15. I feel like every time somebody else drafts in the late 30s, late 20s, they take a good-ass player that people early could have got but just slept on and end up being a great player. We're at 15. We should be able to get a player like that. You know what I'm saying? But we never do. The last couple of drafts, all of our players have been, well, Emeka Egbuka was good, but the year before that, who did we get? I don't know. I don't even remember. Was it Braswell's bitch ass? Is that who we drafted last year in the first round? I don't even know. I don't know. But anyways, we just need to get better all around, man. Todd Bowles hopefully bringing in this offensive players and not players, but offensive coaching staff, offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. He brought in a lineman coach. Hopefully on the defense side of the ball, he can bring in coordinators that are worth a damn. We saw he did bring in the Steelers special teams coordinator because our special teams coordinator was ass. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, man. Shout out to the Buccaneers, but I ain't no long talking on them. Nuggets, on the other hand, man, they're pissing me the fuck off. Lost 3 games in a row. Though they were 2 good teams, OKC, Detroit, and the Knicks, who's on a 7-game, 8-game winning streak now. We're just playing ass, bro. Everybody's coming back hella slow. Jokic has come back for the last 3 games. The last 2, really, really rusty. This game here against the Knicks, we had double overtime coming off back-to-back, so a little tiredness is I feel it, but I think he went for like 1 for 13 from three. Uh, Peyton Watson hurt his hamstring. Spencer Jones went head to head with Karl Anthony Towns in the second quarter, went out with a head contusion. So just like that, we're down another two players, already being out AG and Cam Johnson. I just don't know, man. We're still in third place. OKC is getting beat by the Spurs right now, so we're staying there. But these growing pains are just nuts, dog. They're nuts. I can't. Sorry about that. I can't really handle it, dog. I want to win the championship. I really do. But getting outclassed by OKC, losing those two games to Detroit at the very end, losing this one in double overtime. I know where we can be, but these rotations we have right now and the frequency of these players continuously getting hurt, it's fucking up their return time. I don't think we've had the starting lineup that we're supposed to have this season together hardly at all this season. I don't even know if once would be maybe twice, 3 times the max. 3 times is definitely the max. It's ridiculous. And we didn't make any trades at the deadline. I mean, there was no really big trades that happened. There was James Harden to the Cavaliers for Darius Garland in a second or some shit like that. And we did see AD get shipped off to Washington for a whole bunch of shit. Going back to the Mavs. So now Washington has Trae Young, Sar. They still got they got AD now. So they're making some noise over there. They could be good out there in the West. Kabali is pretty good out there. What's that kid's name? Bub Carrington, I think that's his name. He's pretty good out there too. So they got a cool little roster over there in Washington. The Mavericks, Cooper Flag has been great the last 3 games. I think he's had 35 plus his last 3 games. Though they were all in losses. And all these picks that they have in the next couple of years now, they can move around, man. Maybe trade and draft, trade for some more pieces to ease Kyrie back in. But no Kuminga trade, no Warriors, no Giannis trade yet. Who knows where he's going to go? Honestly, it's just kind of getting exhausting talking about Giannis all the time. That motherfucker's not going to get traded, dog. I mean, he probably is, but for the 17th time we're talking about this and he hasn't got traded all these other times, and for it to go all the way to the deadline and he's still not traded, it's just exhausting. Like, Giannis, either get a jump shot or shut up and play, because if they're not going to trade you, you're going to have to win this yourself. And if you're an MVP type of nigga, you're going to have to do it. All these other dogs would be doing what they got to do to win games. It just seems like Giannis is just, oh, I didn't want to complain the first time. Oh, the second time I'm kind of complaining, but nothing happened. I think we can make it work. Oh, and now I really want to go again. Like, bro, this is not what an MVP does. An MVP makes it work no matter what, bro. Either you're going to win for the Bucks, or you're going to just agree to be traded where they can trade you so you can start over new. You're making Doc Rivers look like an ass. You're making the organization that won a championship not too long ago look crazy. All the players are getting traded away. Just Giannis and Giannis. That's all that matters for the Bucks right now. Getting them somewhere else. Is it going to be Minnesota? Is it going to be the Warriors that we heard about forever? Is it going to be... Like, who cares? Just do it already, man. Like, you have healthy players and you complaining? God damn, play basketball. We ain't got no healthy players that we try to play. Anyways, by the way, in basketball, I guess I'm the shit at this fantasy shit. I'm 15-0, bro. 15-0. 14 teams in the league, 15-0. 2 more games that I win, 2 more matchups, and I clinch first place. Hopefully I get a bye or something, but hey, not bad for my first time playing fantasy basketball in years. I mean, I just took my drafting skills from football, applied it to basketball, and I was just a godly, bro. Shout out P-Nate for putting me in the league so I can smack on everybody. Hopefully I win a championship here, since football did me dirty all year. Moving on to last little thing of sports here. Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson out there in New York at Madison Square Garden. I was surprised by Shakur, man. Teofimo came out there talking head, and I've seen a lot of his fights, man. I've seen a lot of fights. He's a good boxer, but he can do nothing to Shakur. Shakur Stevenson, I've watched a couple of his fights. He's very Floyd-like, very defensive fighter, very smart fighter. He'll get in there and fight with you, score, but he'll make sure he doesn't get fucked up, make sure he doesn't take too much damage, get in, get out, make you work to try to hit him. This time, he just stood in front of Teofimo, close range, didn't run, and was jabbing him to death, bro. I don't know if Teofimo was scared. I don't know if he didn't want to get in close range, but he was getting jabbed up. And just, we already know Shakur is a really good defensive boxer, so you couldn't hit him. So if you're not going to hit him at all, or even try to, and you're getting jabbed up every round, getting body punched, looking like the only person that's taking damage, it's not good for him. I mean, Shakur won 11 out of 12 of the rounds. In one of the rounds, I think it was maybe like the 8th or 9th, Shakur just took off to get his breath and get his shit right. But most of the fight, Shakur was winning hands down, and there was not even any doubt and thought that Shakur was going to win. The announcers were just praising him, how good he was, how good he looked the whole fight, talking about how last fight, he was kind of tentative, I think his last loss or something like that. He was really tentative and played more defensive than offensive. And, he definitely took note of that, was listening to his coaches, and was sitting there fighting real confident in a box. He was walking Teofimo down, lumping him up. His eye was just fucked. Man, it was really, I watched every round, and every round was mostly just Shakur walking him down, jab, 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 counter, overhand. Like, nothing knocked Teofimo down or anything like that, but bro, he was getting lit up every round. And I've seen Teofimo fight, and I've seen his press conferences, I've seen his talking. He gonna have to sit down and really think about, I don't know about his career, because I know he'll be back, but think about his strategy, bro. Because that was bad. It was almost as bad as Bud and Errol Spence. But Earl was way more lumped up, because I think Bud hits way harder than Shakur. But it was a good fight, man. People got their money's worth. I think they're both from New York. I think Teofimo's maybe from New York, and Shakur's from New Jersey, so New York adjacent. Yeah, it was a good fight. Hope you guys seen it. It wasn't on paper. Was it pay-per-view? Yeah, it was on DAZN. Really good fight. We'll see what happens next. Shakur Stevenson really did himself a service there. Devin Haney, after losing to young Ryan Garcia, I don't know. His credibility is kind of shot. Bud retired. So Shakur is a young guy. I think he's going to keep doing it until he don't want to do it no more. And I think he has a good chance of walking through a whole bunch of people. Again, I'm not the super big boxing aficionado. I know a few of the big boxers, especially the black ones, because I follow and, support them a lot. Happy Black History Month, by the way. My bad for not saying that at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It's already day 4, and I'm gonna shout out Happy Black History Month every episode. You know what I'm saying? There's a new challenge that my mom gave to me. Listen to one R&B or important black album, one day a week, just to kind of get it, absorb it, listen to it, and just kind of go over kind of what the changes, and then how it affected music, and just the shit that I may have not listened to. And then we have 28 black speeches. So we're going to try to listen to some speeches, go over some speeches some impactful black speeches that were made in the remembrance of Black history. So I might accept one of those goals. I don't know if I could do all those goals or both of them, because that would be a lot for me, but I can possibly do the songs. I mean, listen to some speeches, you know what I'm saying? Because I do want to be well versed, because they are trying to erase our history in schools and stuff like that. So spreading that message and kind of like reporting back on that may be beneficial for some of those out there. So I definitely want to kind of delve into that and come back with some research for y'all, man. Y'all do some research too. Keep spreading that black history, because it does matter. Even though they gave us the shortest month, we still gonna represent like it's the longest one. You know what I'm saying? Every month is Black history, and we're gonna continue to make that no matter what month it is. You feel me? Yeah. Let's go. Should we keep going, or should we get a commercial break? Let's keep going. Fuck it. Pop culture. Let's get into some. Actually, yeah, let's take a little break. Let's go into commercial break. I got y'all. Psych. Let's go into a little break, and then we'll come back with some pop culture. I got Don Toliver's album, the Grammys, and then a little bit of Cinema Corner, talking about the Knights of the Seven Kingdoms, episode 3, and the Fallout finale. So yeah, it's your boy, Lydell Dinero, episode 273 of the Best of Bias podcast, season 4. You know what I'm saying? We'll be right back. Don't touch that dial. So we got something for you. Yeah. And we back, and we back, huh, huh. And we back, and we back, huh, huh. The fact is, we back laying down like a mattress, huh. I don't know what else to say, man. I lost my freestyle ability, man. I used to be able to freestyle like a motherfucker, but now I'm just a motherfucker. You feel me? Let's get back into some of this bias. Thank you guys for coming back. Hopefully you got some refreshments. Let's get right into it. Don Toliver's album, Octane. Fourth studio album, I believe this is. I will say, goddamn, 4 out of 4, goddamn. Don Toliver is continuing to be one of, people say it's hip hop, but it's not R&B, but it's like a fusion. I think he's singing. People say he's rapping. I think it's singing. But anyways, Octane, whether it's singing or rapping, is already one of the albums of the year, from production to song. The features, it was just all sit perfectly right there. Uh, he recorded the album supposedly in the observatory up there in LA, and the sounds and frequencies gave those vibes all the way from the first song, all the way from E85, all the way down to Sweet Home. His albums usually tell a story and has a theme, and I love the theme, man. Like, it's an 18-song album. And me personally, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs starred out of all 18 that are just, anytime they come on, I'm gonna fucking listen to it no matter what. The full album is pretty much I can listen to straight through, because again, the songs are layered, the beats are amazing. If you guys know Travis Scott, Don Toliver, Mike Dean, that sound, that epic sound, like, when you're at a concert and they throw this song on, it'll be blasting through the speakers, the all-time vibage. That's what Don Toliver, that's what he did. That's what he did. Body, that Justin Timberlake flip. Body, don't rock your body, don't. Hey, bro, that shit slap. What a fucking Rendezvous, got Yeet on there. Yeet in that pocket on the chorus goes hard. Second hand, number 4 with that sample at the beginning, crazy. Tiramisu was an early single. Pussy tastes sweet like it's tiramisu. Hey, that's a, you know you can get it. You know what I'm saying? That shit is going hard. And you have ATM, Range Rover Bus. Hey, I'm telling you, listen to it. It's in your DSPs right now. You will not be disappointed. Rosary is fire. K9 with Saw Baby. Saw Baby after Viking, bro. He's just putting out hits. Fire verses, bro. If you guys know Saw Baby, if you listen to him back in the day, he is always going to bring that swag with a little bit of silliness with some beats, bro. And he did his thing on his verse on this song. It was epic. What else? We got Excavator. I'm a type take on vacation. Bro, as a person that used to write music himself, to be able to go through a song or an album with 18 songs and try to find different vibes for each one, that shit is tough. And though some songs you don't have the best flow, it's not the most grabbing, but hey, bro, everything, all his albums, bro. Let me just tell you some. The Heaven or Hell, his first album. Life of Don was a smash. Lovesick was a smash. Heartstone Psycho, bro. That was a smack, bro. All those albums were hits, man. If you haven't listened to Don Toliver, you hear him on this album here, and you want to go listen to discography. 5 out of 5. Or 4 out of 4. If you listen to all those albums, I can guarantee you that at least half the songs on each one of those you'll like. And if you put together a Don Toliver playlist of all the songs you like from all those albums, plus the features on Jack Boys and the Loose Shimmy song, there's a whole bunch of songs that he's blessed. The Lith stuff that he has out right now, bro. Don Toliver's been on a run that needs to be studied. And hey, bro, in a time where all music kind of sounds the same, and doesn't really move people like it used to. An album like this, even the last Travis Scott album, the whole Jack Boys thing wasn't received as well. So to continue that sound and him come out with consistent albums and do things the way they're supposed to be done, very humble guy, stays out the way, has a girl, just had a baby, you know what I'm saying? Not You don't need all the shenanigans to make good music, you know what I'm saying? And I think Don Toliver is really up there in top 5 for me right now of artists that can drop a project, and I will drop everything to go listen to it to see what he put out, because I know there's gonna be some bangers, and you know how certain songs could put you in a vibe and get you through times, and yeah, those 5, 20, 10, 30, 40, 50 minutes, listen to those songs that put you in a good mood, can change your whole day, can change your whole life potentially. So music has a really good place, a really big place in my heart. I have it on my neck as a tattoo. Music is my savior, if you guys haven't seen it. Yeah. It just hits me in a different way, and I can appreciate it. I don't want to say more than other people, but I appreciate it in a way that definitely needs to be praised when a good body of music gets put out. And I think there's going to be a continuation of good music to just continue to be put out week after week for a little while now. J. Cole comes out next week. Well, right now, if you guys are listening on the weekend, and we have Bryson Tiller, wow. Brent Faiyaz is going to come out uh, Valentine's Day weekend. Though I don't know how Valentine's Day it's gonna be, because Brent Faiyaz is really known for being really toxic. So who knows if it's gonna be lovey-dovey songs, maybe some breakup songs on there, or I'm gonna do my own thing type songs. But I know it's gonna be fire regardless. And then we definitely have Drake dropping sometime soon. So just weeks and weeks of music, songs to be talked about, songs to be put in rotation. I need to listen to that new Tim's album, I'm Not What You Need. That shit's hitting right now. I need to get more into my R&B bag. Shout out to Kehlani, because I'm gonna might as well transition into the Grammys, because a lot of these artists that did their thing this year, that put out good music for R&B and hip hop to stay relevant, because there was a time where there was no charting hip hop album on Billboard. So I think that with the last couple of drops, who dropped? ASAP Rocky and Don Toliver, they both charted, so they put us back on pace to, get our place in hip hop and R&B, and we saw how big of an impact it had this year with the Grammys. A lot of the big names won for songs and projects we think they should have won for. Some didn't, but just to start with a few, actually, let me start talking about the Grammys in general. Trevor Noah wasn't bad, man. I know the jokes were really political, really on the nose. Hey, Trevor Noah is a comedian, comes from that Comedy Central era where they could talk about anything. That Jon Stewart, the South Park, just talk shit, freedom of speech type shit. Who cares who gets mad type of thing. But yeah, he was taking direct shots at the government, at the president, and that's not really done very much publicly. I mean, it's done in those places, award shows, and places where there are a bunch of rich people who feel like it's their place to speak out on situations, even if they're coming from a place of privilege that's kind of removed from the situations. Because in this social media world, it's kind of like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you say something, you better hope what you say is on point and relevant, or else they're gonna tear you down. If you don't say anything and you're a person of high, I wouldn't say value, but high recognition, high place of celebrity, and you don't say anything, you're going to be judged for that. So we saw a lot of that throughout the show. If you weren't on the left, or somebody who was a MAGA person, if you were at that event, you kept it real quiet. Because I know every country star in there. There are some that may be on that MAGA shit, but it was really bias in that building. So I can see how people from the right may just completely tuned out, or didn't watch at all, or I don't know. But if you can get through that, and if you weren't too bothered by the political rhetoric, again, Trevor Noah's like 4th year in a row of doing the Grammys, and he's going to take his shots. You already know that. Donald Trump already said he's trying to sue Trevor Noah from some of the shit he said, because shit was hurtful, and niggas was saying some shit. Hey, that's what a good comic does, a good MC does, especially in these award shows nowadays. It's like, it's part of the course to go out and just diss everybody on your monologue and all your skits and stuff. Just go make fun of people, make other people laugh, and if you do that, you succeed in that. It's a job well done. So I think he did that. But other than all the politics and other social media farming and clipping that was going on. The awards, what the show was actually about. It was cool. Not too mad about the winners. To name a few, best rap album, we had Kendrick Lamar for GNX. He was up against Let God Sort Him Out for Clips and Pusha T in Malice. So, Glorious by Glorilla. God Does Like Ugly by Jid. Hey, bro. I'm sorry you had to be in that category, but that album was really good. Jid is like one of my favorite rappers. And seeing him even be in the category in his project, his piece of work even being nominated and heralded as good as these couple albums, being a lower tiered rapper, not as famous as Clips and Pharrell, not as famous as Kendrick Lamar, you know what I'm saying? Tyler, the Creator, Chromacopia was up for that award as well. GNX was a great album. That was one of the albums that from beginning to end, I think there might have been like 2 skips on that album for me total. But everything on that album was really good and deserved to win album of the year in my opinion. Best new artist, Olivia Dean won. Leon Thomas, I feel like he's in this category. He was in the category for best new artist 2 years in a row. Him winning out best R&B album and just his song doing what it did, that should give him accolades enough. He shouldn't have to be recognized as the best new artist. Everybody knows who Leon Thomas is and his impact. You know, everybody knows he's him. So it's a little time to get him out. If he's in that best new artist category again next year, there's something wrong with the Grammys. But I haven't heard of Olivia Dean, but it seems like she's a black girl from the UK. So shout out her and shout out everything she got going. Her fan base is really big on her. V-Rons was big on her. So shout out her for winning best new artist. Best Musica Urbana. I think that's the Hispanic category for like Latin music. Of course, Bad Bunny won that for, I don't know what that album was called, but you guys know the Bad Bunny album that just dropped. Debe tirar más fotos. Hopefully I didn't do that too bad, but shout out Bad Bunny for winning that one. Best Contemporary Country Album, Beautifully Broken, Jelly Roll, man. Shout out Jelly Roll, man, because learned a lot more about his past and social media after winning these awards and touring the way he's touring nowadays. Used to be a rapper, you know what I'm saying? Used to rap, went to jail, changed his life, and became a country singer. Pretty much sings about his life and his experiences, found God. And he's dope, man. He's a dope country artist. I know that the country scene is tired of all these white boys that used to rap with all these tattoos coming in the category of the country category and taking home all the awards. That's probably why they changed it from best country album to straight country album to contemporary country album or whatever the hell they have to change it to, just so not too many black people win, not too many Beyoncés or Shabuzis win these categories. But Jelly Roll is, hey, I guess you're meeting in the middle with both. He won over a whole bunch of people I don't really know. Kelsey Ballerini, Patterns, Tyler Childers, Snipe Hunter, Evangeline and the Machine by Eric Church, and Postcards from Texas by Miranda Lambert. Don't know who they are, but they lost. Best vocal performance, he had Lady Gaga with Mayhem. I don't know. Lady Gaga finds a way to put out one song, get it in a whole bunch of movies and TV shows and win Grammys for them every year, even though I don't really be hearing about the albums that she drops. But hey, she's still doing it, keep killing it. She's really she's very talented, don't get me wrong. But damn, she's just winning all the time. She won over Swag by Justin Bieber, Man's Best Friend, Sabrina Carpenter, Something Beautiful, Miley Cyrus, and I've Tried Everything But Therapy Part 2 by Teddy Swims. So some good songs in that category, but Lady Gaga came through. Best solo performance, Lola Young for Messy. I don't know who that is. Song of the year was Wildflower by Billie Eilish. One Against Manchild by Sabrina Carpenter. Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Golden. That has to be the fucking K-pop fucking people. Let me not do that to them. Hunter X. I'm not gonna say all those names. Anxiety by Doechii, that was a big song this year too. APT by Rosé and Bruno Mars, and Abracadabra by Lady Gaga. Damn, so she has it's an album. I was like, it must be where Abracadabra came from, because the Abracadabra shit was wild. Record of the year was Luther. We had a moment there. Cher came out there and said Luther Vandross won. Everybody was like, what the fuck? But yeah, Luther won. Kendrick Lamar and SZA winning that. Kendrick Lamar passed Jay-Z for the most winning rapper in the Grammys with these wins. So shout out to him. Album of the year went to Bad Bunny for Debe Tirar Más Fotos. Won over Swag by Justin Bieber, Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter, Let God Sort Him Out, Clips, Mayhem by Lady Gaga, GNX by Kendrick Lamar, Mutt by Leon Thomas, and Chromacopia by Tyler the Creator. Yeah, album of the year, man. I think that was the first non-English speaking album to win album of the year. So Bad Bunny making all kinds of history. Best pop duo performance, Defying Gravity by Cynthia Revo and Ariana Grande. So they got one for that. Who else that I could? Best R&B performance, of course. Why would I leave this for last? Best R&B performance, and I think best R&B song as well went to Kehlani for Folded. She won 2 Grammys. Shout out the Bay Area, man. She's come a long way from working with Nick Cannon and just putting out pop songs to be fully converted into a R&B pop star. You know what I'm saying? Shout out her, shout out Folded, shout out everybody working with her, and shout out to the ascension of her career, because now, man, they're gonna be looking for her to do hits after hits, and she has them. She has a wonderful vocal range. She sings incredibly. She dances incredibly. She looks incredible. So, hey, Kehlani, I'm happy you're getting recognition now. Folded is not her only good song. Check her out, and I'm hoping that, you know, her career just takes off from here and she'll be one of the ones. You know, her and Tiana Taylor, man, they making a move this year. Early 2026. Hey, it's their year to make some moves. You know what I'm saying? Moving on from the Grammy, shout out everybody there. Shout out the performances. Shout out the host. Shout out the presenters. And shout out everybody out there, man, being nominated, looking good. Shout out to Pharrell for the Urban Lifetime Achievement Award or some shit like that. Shout out him, even though he didn't give the biggest response when it came to him trying to make a statement for the people. But yeah, shout out him. Let's go to Cinema Corner and talk a little bit about a Night of the Seven Kingdoms episode 3. I've been really enjoying this show, y'all. I've been really, really enjoying this show. It's really funny. The relationship between Sir Duncan the Tall and Egg continues to develop. This episode, man, not really much happened. We just kind of focus a lot on Egg and his eagerness to be a squire, his eagerness to just kind of chill with Sir Duncan the Tall and just be a hedge knight with him. He tells him about his dreams to want to stay in the town forever and just enjoy it and date the second prettiest woman in the realm because Sir Duncan will take the first one. Saying everything Sir Duncan wants to hear, being that companion that Sir Duncan needs. But we didn't know. I mean, people that read the book did know. But little did we know that this boy was a Targaryen the whole goddamn time. I know his head was in shape like that for no reason. You know what I'm saying? People that got bald heads don't have awkwardly bald heads and they're just okay with it. You know what I'm saying? If you have an awkwardly bald head, you throw on a hat, throw on a hood. You know what I'm saying? Try to hide that shit. This fool, he's a Targaryen, so his hair was bright white. He probably had that long banging hair. So he's just rocking that baldy. It's all new to him, feeling that wind on his hair, having that freedom. He's like, yeah. You know what I mean? We didn't figure that out until the end of the episode, really, when Sir Duncan, I call him Sir, just Duncan went and tried to save his girl. The girl's name was Tansel. First of all, I don't know. I don't ever see any black people in, I guess there is in House of Dragons. There was some mixed with the black people that come in there. But in Game of Thrones wise, besides Grey Worm, well, I guess there were some other black people in it, but there wasn't many black people. And just to find a racially ambiguous biracial girl just out of nowhere that Sir Duncan falls in love with, I guess, hey, he ain't never seen it before, so he was down with it. But for it to be the first black person that they introduced is kind of interesting. But we saw, what's his name? Prince Aerion Targaryen, the asshole of the bunch. You know, those dragon dudes, all they care about is themselves and they dragon. So they know that they're the shit because nobody can fuck with a dragon. So they don't come in talking that shit. And we saw from the joust that this Prince Targaryen was an asshole. How he stabbed the horse in the neck, killed him, pretty much cheating to win the joust, pretty much having the horse fall on the rider being killed because, you know, well, I don't know if they killed the man, but they killed the horse and losing the horse. Like, hey, the way he killed that horse was devastating, bro. You can call me what you want. But seeing animal deaths in these movies is still, it'll be tripping me the fuck out. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, the numerous times that y'all be killing dogs in that anime, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. I get it the first time, but every goddamn episode, a dog dies. That's wild. Y'all, and there's like 6, 7 seasons of that shit. Fix it, motherfuckers. But anyways, yeah, it was cool. They did a good job of not giving us too much in this episode. We saw Sir Dunk actually get invited to participate in the joust finally, find somebody that'll back him to give him a chance to go out there and compete. But they do, I don't know. I think they're putting up against the Targaryen dude, hoping that he loses. You know what I mean? They know he's not too good of a knight, and if he loses, um, then they'll actually, I think what they did was told him that, he's going to go against somebody that he can beat, and they're going to put money back on him to win, since it'll be such a low betting odds for him to win as a newcomer. And I guess whoever he's going against is supposed to be heralded as a highly reputable jouster. But I think what's going to happen is Duncan's going to go out there and win. They're going to put all the money against him to lose, thinking he's going to lose. It's going to bite them in the ass. They're telling them that they think, that he's going to win, and the person that he's jousting against sucks. I think just because so it can make it look real and he can try his hardest, but then go out there and actually win and fuck some shit up. It was very interesting though, when the joust was going on, how Egg turned into a crazy person. Kill him! Kill him! It's like, bro, chill out. But when the horse got stabbed, I want to leave. But little did we know he wanted to leave because he didn't want to get spotted by his brother. You know what I'm saying? And again, it didn't come out till the very end when Sir Duncan was trying to save his girl from getting his fingers broken, who was called by Egg, coincidentally, just knowing that he would go in there and just fuck whoever was fucking with this girl up. It's kind of interesting. If he didn't want to get caught, well, I guess to save the girl and save Dunk from doing something else stupid, because I don't know if Arian would have actually killed her for killing the dragon in the play. This nigga's hella arrogant. I don't know about these motherfuckers sometimes in these realms back in the days, bro. Like, they just walk around doing whatever they want, killing whoever they want, fucking whoever they want, men, women. It was just a weird ass time that I'm so glad that I don't live in. Probably can die from diarrhea in that motherfucker. Wiping their ass with hay. Nah, bro. I would have died. But anyways, yeah. Egg going and getting Duncan, knowing that he'll flip out and beat up these knights, and Egg being able to call off the knights after bro's about to get curb stomped, or American History X style. That shit was nuts. I thought he was about to get the work, but then Egg came in and was like, "Hey, chill. I'm a Targaryen. You my bodyguards. Chill out." And it turned out that, he was a Targaryen. The inn he was at, I guess him and his other brother ran away from home, ran away from the responsibility of being a Targaryen, and just never went back. That guy that went upstairs and was talking shit to Sir Duncan, that went upstairs was the older brother, one of the other Targaryen brothers, and Egg was just outside chilling, shaved his head so he wouldn't be recognizable after running away, but he was actually just out there waiting for his brother to come out, stop fucking people or being drunk or whatever he was doing inside there. But after he met Sir Duncan, he was like, "Hey, take me with you, bro. Like, I can get away from this shit, and I can hang out with a cool dude, become a hedge knight, learn how to be a regular person, away from royalty and all the fucking shit that I'm expected to do and all the shit that I don't like, and just live my life as a commoner." And that's what he did, as we find out he did. But it was cool, man. I'm really liking the show, bro. I'm really liking the show, even though it's not taken super, super serious like the regular Game of Thrones. I'm liking the diversity. I'm liking the humor. I'm liking the relationship between Duncan and Egg. I'm liking Sir Duncan just being a character who is learning in real time. You know what I'm saying? He's in a world that he doesn't know at all after his, I don't want to say master, but his hedge knight he was squiring for passed away. He's just trying to figure out what to do in this world, and he's realizing really fast it's not what he expected. The guy he was squiring for isn't who he expected him to be, and this world is going to take a lot more getting used to and a lot more effort to get what you want. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, Egg is there helping him not get in too much trouble, helping him learn about the ways of common people, because he has no friends. He only knew one dude. But hey, HBO Max, it's incredible. 3 episodes out now. Easy watch. If you read the books, you already know what's going to happen, and you're not really surprised about the twist, but hey, enjoy it and don't spoil it for everybody. Because people like me, ain't caught up in the books, man. I just got a couple of books. I got the Fourth Ring, trying to check that out, get caught up before Michael B. Jordan fucks with Rebecca Yarros and comes out with a TV series for it. You know what I'm saying? I heard it was pretty good. You feel me? I hope it's not like the equivalent to a chick flick in book form. Because I've seen a lot of women are the biggest fans of this book, but it doesn't mean it's not good. But I don't want to be enthralled in some Twilight type shit and me not be prepared for Twilight. Now, I'm not a Twilight type nigga. I'm not. But yeah. But Fallout, Amazon Prime. Hopefully you guys watched episode 8, just dropped this Wednesday, actually today. I'm recording this on Wednesday. Got for a couple of days if you're listening this weekend, but really good conclusion. Again, I haven't played the game, so I'm not too big up on the lore. But from what I understood what was going on in season 2 and how they're trying to bring the world to peace after times of chemical warfare, people dropping bombs on each other, people killing each other out there in the real world, ghouls walking around, demons walking around. This the inner strife of the Volties. Thaddeus, I called that nigga Nate last time. Why y'all let me call him Nate? Maximus, Nate, and the Ghoul walking around with what's the dog's name? Meat something. Dog Meat. I think the dog's name is Dog Meat. Just seeing them, going to do what they have to do. Seeing the conclusion of fucking Maximus fuck up the big ass fucking demon dog. What are they called? The big ass demon with the horns. Seeing him actually fight them in the NCR Robotech, and then him being on his last little leg, and the NCR come around the corner and help him out, kill off all the other demons. Seeing Lucy finally stand up to her father. You know what I mean? She handcuffed him to the oven in the last one and tried to escape, ran into the head of that governor lady that was running the machines. I don't exactly know what she was doing, but it was creepy as fuck. And it started talking, kill me, kill me, kill me. Yeah, and Lucy had to oblige, man. Though she came out of the vault being this happy-go-lucky do-gooder who would never kill a fly, who's been transformed into somebody who's now become a drug addict, killed multiple people, presumably killed the ghoul, and has to make a decision to kill her father, potentially kill this lady, this head that's just walking around, or not walking around, just sitting there, being tortured, kept alive by her father for nefarious reasons, I'm sure. Lucy just comes to realization that her dad's not going to change, and she's going to have to, do things that she doesn't want to do. Erase the dad's memories. The dad has come up with a little micro version of the brain control machine that everybody has in Vegas that's working for him. And he wants to put it in Lucy's neck now because she can't see the vision. She doesn't want to change. She's going to have to be brainwashed into loving her dad the same way they used to back in the vaults. But eventually, Lucy gets the upper hand on her dad and ends up implanting. I don't know how she knew how to implant that thing in his neck. And threatening to erase his memories if he didn't stop everything he was doing and prevent this war from happening between the Legion, the NCR, and everybody else that's kind of so alive on the surface. But he took it upon himself to wipe his own brain, knowing that wiping his brain would put the second phase into action. He had a backup plan for if something like this did happen. And he had a whole bunch of brainwashed people in different parts of the world. I don't know if it's in Vegas or not, but to initiate the plan, which is presumably to probably bomb some more people, just go use his brainwashed people to go ahead and kill all the Legionnaires, all the NCR people, and anybody who didn't want to get their brain washed as well and conform to what he's doing. Me personally, Norm taking the spark, the generational spark, the all spark or whatever the fuck it was called, to house and booting up his computers. I don't know exactly what that did to help the situation. I think all he really did was figure out where his wife's vault was. I guess he exchanged the power cord generator for the location of his wife and daughter, even though when he got to his wife and daughter's vaults or cryo chambers, supposedly, they weren't in there. And House thinks he got over on the ghoul by, giving him false information just to provide that power source. But in the end, his wife was actually at a facility, left a postcard that he knew that is physical, that only the ghoul will be able to read if he reached that vault. And it said that it is a lot better here in Colorado or something like that, presuming that his wife and daughter in Colorado in a vault somewhere there, hopefully thawed out or frozen and safe. And he has hope and, didn't go through this whole season fighting for what he was fighting for no reason. And he kind of got his comeuppance there. Again, I don't really know who's more evil, House or Lucy's dad in this whole situation. I feel like Lucy's dad was involved in the brainwashing of everybody, but I think House was involved with dropping the bombs. And I think the brainwashing, no, I think the bomb drop was from Lucy's dad. Because they dropped it on Sunny Springs or whatever and blew up all those people. That's why I'm still kind of confused. But ultimately, I think Lucy's dad's situation, I don't know why I keep calling him Lucy's dad. I keep forgetting his name. All his plans are still coming to fruition, even though his brain is wiped. The ghoul, he brought back House, was surviving on a hard drive. I don't know what that's going to do, because he's pretty smart and pretty connected to everything. So I don't know if he connected his brain to a computer. He has functions that are probably capable of doing a lot of shit. The Legion is marching on Vegas, Macaulay Culkin and company. And then we have the NCR who pulled up to help Maximus and Thaddeus to fight the demons. So there's going to be a war regardless between who we're going to see probably next season. Because I know the NCR, their numbers are really small compared to the Legion. I don't know if the brainwashed people are going to eventually help and add to the NCR's numbers now that Lucy's in charge and able to maybe thwart the plan that her dad put in motion. But hey, we got to a point where everybody kind of got what they wanted, or at least got to the point where they got put in direct confliction with what they wanted. Lucy being confronting her dad, seeing if he can change or have to face the decision to brain wipe him. We have the ghoul reaching House and deciding whether to help House gain power to all these facilities just for the information about his wife and daughter. Because he said, in order to make good change, sometimes you have to give things to bad people. And I think that's an example of what he did with House, giving that information, giving the power core to try to get his wife's information. But he ultimately didn't get her in that time he wanted. And then, Maximus actually being a part of something, being a part of change, being a part of the NCR, what he looked up to as a kid and wanted to be a part of, though he almost dies, he makes a change by killing a lot of these demons and having the NCR come and help him. You know what I'm saying? Though the ultimate goal wasn't accomplished yet, we are put up against the penultimate challenge. You know what I'm saying? We reached our goal. Let's see, what we can make out of it. And it's a little bit of a cliffhanger because we were waiting for this come up into all these characters, a bunch of storylines that we diverted to each week. And it was tough to move the story along at a cool pace when we had to keep touching back, keep going backwards and forwards and touch on other stories that didn't really push it to the end. But hey, it's a good watch. Season 1 was incredible. Season 2 was good. But ultimately season 1 was way better. I still want to know what happened with the fucking Canadian Volt girl. Is she actually Lucy's mom? I don't know. Who knows about that? She locked herself in the vault after the whole Volt figured out she was Canadian, not really American or whatever. And actually, that's what set the whole motion into plan after the dad was brain wiped. She got the little arm thing and passed the message, and the message was received by all the backup plan people, and the backup plan put that shit into motion. This has to be the finale. There's no way that they're having another episode after this. They want us to wait until next season to see what's going on. So check it out. 8 out of 10 for me. Fallout's incredible. I'm loving all these video game adaptations that they're making now. Video game adaptations, anime into live actions. They're judged really harshly, but the IP is incredible. So it's not not for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing your work. Watch these TV shows, man. Night of the Seven Kingdoms is out on Netflix right now, or excuse me, HBO Max right now. Only a couple episodes out. Full thing of Amazon Prime, or full thing of Fallout Season 2 is on Amazon Prime right now. We got a couple of shows coming out soon on there too. The Boys is coming back. So we got a lot of stuff coming up. What else we got? Hijacked is still going on. I talked about that last week. And Shrinking is back for Season 3. I'm still kind of watching that if you're into a little comedy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it, y'all. Hopefully I got y'all some information that y'all were looking forward to hearing too. We covered a lot of stuff today. But I'm happy to be able to present that to y'all, and hopefully you guys are full of information. And you can go pass that information to other people, or you can pass the podcast to people. You know what I'm saying? If you're asking, you already know where you can find me at. It's SAC_Lydell, Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat, SAC_Lydell on the Instagram. If you're looking for the pod on anything, of course, it's Best of Bias Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. AKA, thank you as always for putting these videos up. This is episode 273. So you've been working, doing all kinds of shit, and I appreciate it to the fullest. You know, I'm saying all the time, give you guys credit. Give credit doing what you're doing. Like, subscribe, share, and let him know his efforts are also thanked or appreciated by you guys. Just let us know what we can do better, what you want to see. Like the clips on Instagram, posting those to try to get you guys interested in the episode, let you guys know what we're talking about, like the stories, you know. Let me know what's going on. Write some messages, comment on the stories too, so we can let you guys know. Respond back to you guys, let you guys know what we're going to do if we want you to be on the pod. You know, this position's here at the Best of Bias Media. I say this all the time. We're still growing, looking for ways to expand, looking for people that want to be involved, grow this team, because me and AK have been grinding for years, and always wanting people to be on with us to diversitize this content that we're giving you. So continue to be opinionated, continue to let us know how we're doing, like, subscribe, and like always, forget those haters. Don't let nobody tell you can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Keep on keeping on, and keep your head up. Happy Black History Month, and be safe out there for the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. And I guess where that theme song at, episode 273 in the book, season 4. And I'm about to go, so I'm not here no more. It's like Dinero, where that theme song at. Yeah. It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias.